Hello, sports fans, and welcome to Waco ISD Stadium for another exciting night of Texas high school football. Tonight, the University Trojans play host to the Spartans from Burleson Centennial. I'm Lark Smith, along with the Coach Butch Henry. And, Coach, I sure am glad they bought us these nice jackets because it's a little cool and it's a little wet.
Yes, it's cool and it's wet. And, these are both these teams, they got a little momentum going right now. University's won 2 in a row. Centennial's won 4 in a row, including 45-0 thrashing of previously undefeated Cleveland. They also beat a Burleson team 21-7 that University lost to. So it's going to be interesting to see. And with the inclement weather, I would say Burleson probably has the advantage because they have an indoor practice facility. You get more done in that than you probably can in a gym. So, and we will see the flexbone offense tonight, which they haven't seen it all year. Probably won't see it again this year. It'll be interesting to see how they defense it because finding the ball will be difficult.
We're about to find out whose winning streak gets stopped right here on Waco ISD TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we would like to recognize Miss Sarah Tipton as University High School Teacher of the Week. Miss Tipton attended the University of Mary Hardin-Baylor, graduating in 2014 with a degree in English and her teaching certificate. She began her career teaching in England for a year and a half before moving back to Texas and joining the staff at University High, where she is currently in her 3rd year teaching English and writing. Her parents and siblings live in Killeen, where her dad retired from a military career extending more than 30 years. Mrs. Tipton's hobbies include traveling, drinking coffee, laughing with her friends, and watching cat videos. Her greatest joy is watching her students be successful, whether in the classroom or in extracurricular activities. We want to thank Mrs. Tipton for her hard work and loyalty to our proud school district, and we wish her and the Trojans all the best in the 2018-19 school year. Congratulations, Miss Sarah Tipton. Tonight we'd like to recognize Mike Chapman as University High School's Coach of the Week. Coach Chapman is in his 27th year at University High School, where he has coached boys soccer every one of those years, as well as the girls program the last 10 years. His combined record with both programs is 545 wins, 202 defeats, and 32 ties, which is an astounding winning percentage of 70%. In Coach Chapman's 28 playoff appearances, his teams have garnered quite an impressive trophy case of hardware, including 12 championships at the district level, 22 at the by-district level, 12 area championships, 7 sectional championships, 1 championship at the regional level, and was crowned the 2013 undefeated boys state champions. We want to thank Coach Chapman for his hard work and loyalty to our proud school district. We wish him and the Trojans all the best in the remainder of the year. Congratulations, Coach Mike Chapman.
The Centennial Spartans, through their run-through, take the field here at Waco ISD Stadium across the way. University Trojans gathering in the north end zone, getting ready to enter the contest. Spartans are under the direction of Kyle Geller. It's his 7th season guiding their football fortunes. He's won 10 more games than he's lost at the school, with 42 wins and 32 losses.
Only coach they've ever had.
That's right. This is a fairly brand new school, isn't it? And here comes the University Trojans under Rodney Smith, his 2nd season, and he's now 3-13 with all 3 of those victories coming this year. And as Coach mentioned in the pregame, they're riding a 2-game winning streak, trying to keep that streak alive.
It'll be pretty tough tonight against a pretty good Centennial team. And we was watching them warm up, running that flex bone, and like I say, it's just something you don't see very often. And they're going to have to watch the football. They're going to run some counters and traps. It'll be different. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that is an offense that's not used a whole lot in high school football nowadays. As we mentioned, the Trojans have a 2-game winning streak. After their open date, they defeated Joshua here at Waco ISD Stadium 48-34. Then last week they went on the road for a 34-20 win over Arlington Seguin. After tonight, they have games left at Aledo, here at Waco ISD Stadium against Everman. Then they'll finish on the road at Midlothian. And kind of looking at the standings in the district, Coach, I believe that Midlothian game might be a game to see who does and who doesn't make the playoffs.
Could be. We'll have to wait and see what happens. University feels pretty good right now. They got a little confidence. They've won more games this year than they've won the last 5 put together. That's all I'm going to say.
As we record this game for rebroadcast on Waco ISD TV, we are 8 weeks into the high school football season, and District 5-5A is led by Aledo at 4-0. Centennial's in second place at 4-1. Then comes Burleson at 3-2, along with Midlothian at 3-2. Cleburne's at 3-1. University at 2-2. Then it's Everman at 1-3. Joshua and Seguin are both looking for their first district wins. Joshua at 0-4, and Seguin at 0-5. Time now for our national anthem and the Texas state song, Texas Our Texas, a tradition always here at Waco ISD Stadium. Just about set for football. We still have the captains who are about to meet at midfield with the officials. Coach, where are our officials from tonight?
Well, in this 5A district, they use a Waco official tonight. The referee is Brad Strickland. Umpire is Derek McGowan. Linesman is Jamie Minshew. Line judge is Eric Reinhardt, and the back judge is Rodney Sims.
Captains for University tonight, Jeremiah Stroop in street clothes. He's got over 700 yards rushing this year, but out of the game due to injury tonight. Also, number 4, Amari Gibson, and number 16, Corey Sandoff. For the Spartans, their captains, number 4, David Robinson, number 14, Brendan Jenkins, number 15, Corey Price, and number 17, Shamir Patterson. The University's going to take the football first here in the first half. No wind to speak of, 60 degrees, very wet conditions. And it should be a nice night for football as long as the rain stays away. We had torrential rain showers about 2 hours before kickoff, but this being an artificial surface, it drains very well. They shouldn't have any water problems unless it starts raining again, which they tell us it just might, but weather guys seem to believe that the rain will move out of here by 8:30 or so. We'll see.
I'll tell you what, University's bell cow, Jeremiah Stroop, not in the game tonight, will certainly make a big difference because he had 243 yards rushing last week with 3 touchdowns, and you take that away from that offense, it's not going to be good.
Well, it's all going to be, the load's going to be given to Lee Goss tonight, junior running back, scheduled as the starter in the backfield in place of Jeremiah Stroop, so we'll see how well Lee Goss is able to run against this Centennial defense that's been very stingy of late, have they not?
They've given up 22 points in the last 4 games combined.
That's less than a touchdown a game.
Yes, it is.
So they're pretty stingy.
Not bad.
Goss is going to go deep along with Resendez to receive the kickoff. As University will be going from right to left on your television screen to do the kicking for the Spartans is Ben Harwell.
Their normal kicker is Hank Meyer, the quarterback, who will not play tonight, the senior. He does it all. He's their punter and their kicker, but he's not even suited up, I don't think, tonight.
Well, actually, it's Hank Meyer who's going to be playing in front instead of Burns, I believe it is.
Oh, yeah.
The senior. Yeah, Kyle Burns is the senior. Pop-up that's going to come down somewhere around the 15-yard line, taking there by. Good job on the return by Lee Goss to get it out somewhere near the 40-yard line. A nice return of about 25 yards by Lee Goss.
Nice return that time by Lee Goss. He realized he's got some big shoes to fill tonight. There's another look at it. There he is. Had a nice little wall right there, a little seam, a little cutback, nice run.
Elio Arachica is the quarterback. Has Goss in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to the right, looking to throw, going to the lone receiver on the far side, and it is picked off. Headed the other way with it for the Spartans is DeQuan Campbell. Campbell will take it all the way back to the University 26-yard line. Campbell playing center field, picks off the pass and gives Centennial a big shot in the arm very early.
There's another look at Archica. I guess they saw something on film that they could throw this pass on, and they decided to do it the first play. But you see the pick right there, and nice return.
Spartans will get the ball basically at point-blank range at the University 26-yard line. Their quarterback is Hank Meyer. He'll hand it off to the running back, Jeff Curvin, and Curvin goes over the right side. A good strong run by Curvin. A whole bunch of purple jerseys take him out of bounds after he gets almost 9 yards on the play. Matter of fact, they give him 10 in the first down.
You notice University, most of their players are wearing those pink leggings. I think it has something to do with breast cancer awareness week. There's a good look at about 8 Trojans in on that tackle.
Curvin with a 10-yard gain. 1st and 10 from the 16 now. Curvin, they fake the handoff to pitch it back, and there's no pitch man there. Quarterback able to get back to it. Don't know who misread that, but Meyer thought he had a pitch man back there, and he pitched it to just AstroTurf.
Yeah, somebody certainly missed their assignment. I see Coach Geller on the sidelines hollering at someone.
Loss is back to the 26-yard line, so they lost the 10 yards they gained a moment ago. Second down and 20. Back at the University 26. Rolling out, Meyer throws underneath and is complete. Knocked out of bounds is Cole Whitmire.
Did a little pass out the flat. Good fake that time, and there it is. Finally knocked out of bounds by Gabriel Russell from University.
Only got 2 yards out of it to the 24. 3rd and 18. Definitely passing situation here for the Spartans as the University defense has really tightened up here after the opening interception. Myers straight drop back pass, under pressure throws. It's complete across the middle. And a good job of avoiding tacklers and getting it inside the 5-yard line is Chris Mosley. That was mostly on Mosley and his ability to escape would-be tacklers.
I want you to look right here. Meyer throws a good ball right here. Mosley makes a good catch. Now watch him after he catches the football. Little juke move there. There's another one, nearly lost his footing. Comes back, makes a really good run right down about the 1-yard line.
22-yard play. Sets him up 1st and goal at the 2. Meyer hands it off to Curvin, and Curvin over left tackle is into the end zone for the touchdown. Just took them 5 plays to cover the 26 yards and get the initial score of the game. 9:46 left to go in the first period.
That interception put you after a good kickoff return, put the University in the hole right off the bat.
Certainly did. Point after attempt by Ben Harwell is good. 9 minutes and 46 seconds to go, first quarter, and Centennial has jumped out to a 7-0 lead on that dive into the left side by Curvin.
Well, University's going to have to come back now, and you know, without Stroop in there, that sure takes away a lot of your offense because he's just a good running back. But this is a very, very good Centennial football team. And when they built Centennial, they built them an indoor practice facility. But the old high school that was there, Burleson, is still there. They don't have an indoor practice facility, but it is in the works. And I understand when they opened Centennial, they didn't draw the lines correctly. Centennial got all the athletes. Burleson High had like 22 on their varsity, and Centennial had 40-something. But that's changed.
Oh, I'm sure. You know, when you played football at Stephenville, did y'all have an indoor facility?
No.
You know, we didn't have one at Richfield either.
I think most, not all 6A schools, but there's a lot of them have them.
Certainly do. Harwell has it teed up on the south 40. Sendas along with Goss waiting for it, back at about the 6-yard line. Goss is going to take it at the 8. Runs it up the far sideline, has some good blocking, and once again, Goss with a nice return. Gives University some pretty good field position at about the 35-yard line.
I just noticed something, Lark. The kicker that kicks off for Centennial only has one arm.
Harwell?
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, the kicker, that's all you need, I guess.
yeah, well, we saw Abbott for Angels pitch with just one. It can be done. Handoff goes to Goss. Goss finds a little running room up the middle and spins his way up to about the 38-yard line for a gain of 3.
They have a cornerback on this Centennial team. His name's DeQuan Campbell. He wears the number 21, and he's described as a ball hawk. They say he is everywhere. So
Well,
we'll see.
he's the one that picked off that interception. He's a Hawking already.
Yep, he's the man.
Estevan Dreo is the center for the Trojans. Gets a good snap back. Goss will follow the block of his fullback. Finds a little opening, gets it across the 40 and all the way up to the 44-yard line. Pick up a 6 on that play. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1.
Look, I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with this Goss youngster. He runs pretty tough, and remember, he's only a sophomore. Good run there.
Right in behind the guards of David Childers and Francisco Casio. The tackles are Ruben De Los Santos and Felipe Gonzalez. 3rd down and 1. Goss once again has the ball going right, has to try to drop back and unable to get away from the pursuit of Chase Phillips.
Number 6, Williams on the tackle, loss of almost 8 yards.
Yeah, Chase Phillips must have knew that was coming because he penetrated and stopped him for a loss, so brings up a punting situation.
Yeah, lost 7 on the play, brings up 4th down and 8. So once again, the Trojans unable to pick up the 1st down. Back deep for Centennial is Caden Lane, or excuse me, that's 29, Chris Mosley.
Mosley runs like a 4-5, so he's not slow.
No. Galvan in to do the punting for University, and now a whistle.
Delay of the game.
Yeah.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Not so sure that's not a deliberate penalty, Coach, just to give the punter a little bit more room. Again, there's no wind tonight. Galvan's got a pretty good leg.
But to all fairness, University only had 10 players on the field.
Oh, well, that could be another reason.
They had to run a guy out there late.
A little bit of a high snap. Galvan pulls it down and gets off a little bit of a shank that's going to take a sideways bounce in favor of Centennial, and Corey Sandoff will kill it at the 42-yard line in University territory. Coach, that ends up being a 5-yard punt.
Yeah, not one of his better efforts, let's put it that way.
No. So once again, Centennial is going to get the ball in enemy territory with 7:17 left to go in the 1st quarter, and they lead 7-0.
And a few brave fans came out to watch this game tonight in very, very inclement weather. It's rained all day, basically.
Hank Meyer, the quarterback, brings him up to the line of scrimmage, hands it off to Curvin. Curvin winds his way down to the 30-yard line. Another good pickup for Curvin. Just following the blocks of his offensive line. That includes center Owen Romero, the guards Tyler Mexavana and Daniel Davis, and the tackles Trevor Sugg and Ryan Chappelle. 1st and 10 at the University 31. After that 11-yard gain by Curvin.
And they're going to come back and fake that ball to him next in a minute. Run the option out of it, but he better hope there's somebody to pitch it to.
Wiedemeyer and Mosley are the slot receivers. With Mosley in motion, he'll take the pitch going around the left side, gets a block on the edge, and gets some pretty good running room, and he will head into the end zone for the touchdown from 31 yards out.
Here's another look at Chris Mosley. He made this look very easy. He got outside the containment right there, and he just basically made a little move back to the inside, walked in untouched for the touchdown.
Coach, it just took them 49 seconds to get on the scoreboard this time. Harwell once again on to tack on the point, and does so successfully out of the hold of Hunter Pressure. So 6 minutes and 28 seconds left to go 1st quarter, and Centennial has advanced its lead to 14-0 thanks to this run by Chris Mosley.
I don't even believe he was even touched on that run right there. Doesn't look like it.
Covered the 42 yards in 2 plays, and like I said, just took them 49 seconds to get the 14-0 lead. So they've taken advantage of some great field position to be up by 2 touchdowns early in the contest.
University's offense has got to generate something here because the defense cannot stay out there all night. That's all I'm telling you.
No, they'll be real tired if they don't get some rest here every now and then. The other guy that might be tired before the day's over, and that's Ben Harwell, the kicker.
Yep.
I think he's been on the field more than the University quarterback so far.
Centennial didn't open until 2010, so Coach Giller's been there. I guess this is his 8th season. My math's correct.
I've got it as 7 is what I was able to discern from Texas Football Magazine.
Well, if it opened 2010, this is what year is this?
18.
Well, I don't know. That comes out 8 with me. I don't know.
From the 9-yard line, Resendez on the returns. Got some blockers out front. Finally caught from behind as he crosses the 25 and gets to the 27.
University's done a decent job on the kickoff returns. They really have, but they have not been able to get any offense generated. You'll take another look at it right there. Did a good job blocking. You see Resendez making a nice run right there. Gives the University decent field position. Not the best, but they've got to generate some type of offense. And it's going to be hard to do without Jeremiah Struth.
Yeah, first thing they need to do is get a first down, which they haven't been able to do in the first 2 possessions of the contest. Also in the backfield is number 47, Eric the Great Perkins, along with Lee Goss. Perkins gets the handoff, finds a cutback hole over left guard, gets it a yard up ahead to the 28.
They got maybe 2 yards on that play.
Not much right there. Just a good defense on behalf of Centennial. That's one reason they're not giving up the 22 points in the last 4 games. They've played very good defense.
It's giving progress to the 29 for a 2-yard pickup, bring up 2nd down and 8. Trojans stay in that set in the backfield with 2 running backs on each side of the quarterback. Now Arachika with the pump fake going down the sideline and has his man complete to
Number 16.
Sandoff.
Sandoff on that.
Corey Sandoff catches a second pass thrown by Arachika tonight. This one it makes it to its target.
He really threaded the needle on this one. And Sandoff made an over-the-shoulder catch, so that ought to give him a little confidence right there, I would think.
See that 42-yard pickup from 129 to the other 29. And the first down of the game for University. And the first time they're in enemy territory on the cutback here. That's Obi Cooper that was in at the Wildcat. Will get 1 yard out of the play to the 28.
You'll see Obi Cooper in the Wildcat formation. You'll see him at receiver. You also see him at defensive back. He wears a lot of hats.
Just one helmet, right?
Right, correct, one helmet.
Sand off to the to the near side. Lambert, the receiver on the far side. Once again, it is Obi Cooper in the Wildcat, and he'll have it inside the 20 and down to the 19 for another first down.
Lark, have we seen the Wildcat this year from the University very often?
Yeah, on occasion. Not the first couple of games, but kind of the last 2 games we've seen Obi Cooper get in there in the Wildcat.
There's Obi. He made about 3 yards after contact.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 19. Arachika back in at quarterback. Handoff goes to Goss. Excuse me, I believe that was Kayvon Brent, number 33, so it's Brent with the carry.
Number 5, Phillips.
He gets it down to the 15-yard line for a gain of 4.
That was a nice block by Esteban Trejo that time from University. Real nice block.
Yeah, little stretch.
2nd down and 6. Brett follows the block of Perkins and has it across the 15 down to about the 13 for a gain of 2. Brings up a 3rd down and 4.
Keep an eye on the defensive end for them. Number 33, his name's Mason Richards. He's a pretty good hand. He along with that DeQuan Campbell, pretty good defensive player.
Showing a 5-man front right now defensively. Arachika drops the football and was looking to pass, but just didn't handle the snap, and will lose back to the 18-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play, and brings up 4th down and 9, and maybe a field goal situation.
Plus his knee was on the ground when he picked it up. That's probably the result of a wet ball right there, I would imagine.
Could be.
So we're going to see old Pink Shoes coming there and kick it away. Galvan.
Be a 35-yard field goal attempt out of the hold of Michael Lambert. It's long enough. All right, hits the crossbar. Just a little shy.
27, Galvan on that kick. Kick is no good.
So with 2 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in our first quarter, score remains Centennial 14 and University nothing.
Like you mentioned, University will be on the road next week to the number 1 team in the state, Aledo, and Waco High will be back here as they host undefeated Temple Wildcats.
Well, Trojans picked up a couple of first downs, held the ball for 352, but got nothing to show for it. Now Centennial from their own 20-yard line give the ball off to Curvin. He'll get a 4-yard gain out of it to the 24.
Not much difference between the flex bone and the wishbone. You run the triple option out of both of them.
Be 2nd down and 6. From under center. Meyer fakes the handoff, keeps the ball himself, and has some running room. And finally caught from behind by Gabriel Russell, but not before he gets into University territory all the way down to the 45-yard line and picks up a first down.
That was a nice run by Hank Meyer. You remember that young man is only a sophomore, and he's playing in place of Kyle Burns tonight, and so far doing a good job.
Actually, they mark him down at the 49, so he picked up 25 on the play. 1st and 10 at the University 49. Handed off to Curvin, and Curvin was stopped about the same time he got the football. Nice defensive effort there by University's, who was that, Kel Suarez?
I believe it was, yep.
He's on the fence, number 35, Suarez.
He's coming up to help out with our man, Quavion Mitchell, who's one of the better defensive players that we've seen this year, number 84 for University.
So it goes back to the Centennial 42-yard line, a loss of 9 yards on the play, brings up a 2nd and 19. See if Coach Geller wants to maybe air it out here.
He better hurry, whatever he does.
One of his top receivers is at the top of the screen. That's number 14, Brendan Jenkins, and he will call a timeout and discuss it with his team.
There was 1 second on the play clock, so he needed to call that timeout.
Just 46 seconds left of this first quarter, with Centennial on top 14-0, taking advantage of a couple of University miscues as their opening play of the game was intercepted. Gave the Centennial the ball at the 26-yard line, and 5 plays later, the Spartans were in the end zone on a 2-yard run by Curvin. Next time University got the football, a little problem with the punt as it went out of bounds at the University 42, and it just took the Spartans 2 plays to score from there, thanks to a 31-yard touchdown run by Chris Mosley.
Look across the way at some of the folks made the trip down from Burleson. They're doing a little flex cam action. Like I say, not a real good crowd on hand, but with the weather we've had, it's probably more than I anticipated.
There you go. 2nd down and 19. Meyer hands it off to Curvin, and Curvin's got a wall of blockers in front of him to help him get down to the 42-yard line in University territory and pick up a 16 on the play.
University defense is just not able to handle that big offensive line for Centennial right now.
Brings up a 3rd down and 3. at the University 42. I guess you need to pass the ball when you got a guy like Curvin in the backfield. He's already carried 6 times for 34 yards. Meyer takes the football himself and has it inside the 35, where Amari Gibson finally wraps him up at about the 32. Pick up a 10 on the play for Meyer.
Mark, I want you to look down on about the 20-yard line in the stands. Is that a big umbrella or is that a tent?
That's a personal tent, I believe.
Okay, I was just curious. It kind of looked like an umbrella from up here. I didn't never see one that big.
That's a pretty good sized umbrella. That is the end of our first quarter of play with Centennial on top of University 14-0. Now let's join our stadium announcer George Snookhouse for a special presentation.
Of players, as well as our very own Waco ISD Athletic Department Secretary, Mrs. Sheila Vess. The University High School freshman football team members have presented each of these warriors with a token of our gratitude to let them know how much Trojans care. To all our honorees, we support the fighters, admire the survivors, honor the taken, and never, ever give up hope. Just know that the Trojan football program stands with you. Thank you for sharing this special moment with us.
Again, a salute to Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
There's old Sheila right in the middle. Secretary out here.
Mm-hmm.
Took over from Melissa, who I thought was retired, but she's here all the time.
She's just here at the games all the time, but she's not in the office all the time anymore. She's playing grandma.
You ever do that?
Play grandma?
Yeah.
I'm not answering that question. I'm going to take the 5th on that one. Handoff on the inside trap to Mosley. And Mosley will get it to the 27-yard line for a gain of 5.
Mosley's a good running back, and he's got a good line in front of him. And I've been very impressed with the job that Hank Meyer has done at quarterback running this flexbone offense.
Romero, Mexavana, Davis, Sugg, and Campbell, those front 5 that's just churning away the yardage for the running back to be able to follow behind, and that is Curvin once again, who just ducks his head behind his center, Romero, and takes it up to the 20-yard line for 7 yards and another first down.
I'm watching big old Zach Scarborough, wears number 76 for Centennial. Really threw a nice block. They don't list the weights on there, but he's a pretty good-sized youngster.
Make the handoff. The pitch goes to Mosley this time. Mosley gets the block on the edge from Jenkins and takes it down to the 6. Gain of 14 on the play for Mosley.
Lamar Gibson once again in on the tackle for the U-Dogs. There's another look at it. You see number 4 come to your picture right there, along with help from his teammate. That was 44. That was Andrew Apodaca.
Be the 9th play of the drive that started at the Centennial 20 after University missed a field goal opportunity. Curvin takes the handoff, bounces off a couple of would-be tacklers, and tries to drive to the end zone, but he's going to be shy by about a half a yard.
Got a flag. Brad Strickland, tell us all about it.
Illegal shift on the offense. 2 guys moving at the same time. 5-yard penalty. First down.
They'll make it 1st and goal back at the 11-yard line.
You know, Lark,
Hey, put it on number 20.
you see these spread offenses all year. Then you come against the flexbone. You have like 3 days to prepare, and it rained every day. I mean, it's tough.
It is a little tough to prepare for. Jenkins is going to go to the left of the formation and join Monty Johnson out there as a couple of receivers. The way this offense grinds out yards, I don't know why they need receivers except to use them for blockers. Curvin is the running back. They send Mosley in motion. Mosley takes the pitch, and his student body left, and Mosley will cut inside the 10-yard line, but he's quickly turned back by Amari Gibson.
In on fence number 4, Gibson.
I tell you, Maury Gibson has really played a really good defensive game so far tonight.
Mosley got 4 on that play.
Second down and goal.
Second and goal from the 7. Clock rolling with 9:30 left to go in the first half. Centennial on top 14-0, but they're knocking on the door once again. Quarterback keeps it this time, and he is able to get it into the end zone as Hank Meyer, with some good second effort, gets the touchdown from 7 yards out.
Take a look at it there. Hank Meyer does a little fake right there to the fullback, keeps it himself. They got a trail guy behind him, but he didn't need it. He takes it in for the touchdown.
Harwell on to attempt the point after. He's able to put it through. 9:12 left to go, second quarter. Centennial extends its lead to 21-0 on a 7-yard TD run by the quarterback Hank Meyer. Gets some good blocking downfield and just powers it in from the 1.
Yeah, Hank Myers, let's say he's running this offense right now to perfection, and University has no answer for this triple option that they're running, and it's a tough situation, but they do throw the ball on occasion also, so you got to be ready for that too.
Took them 5 minutes and 24 seconds to go 80 yards in 10 plays for their third score of the night. And Coach, the Spartans have had the ball on offense 3 times and they've scored 3 times.
That's a very good offense. When they scored 45 points last week against Cleveland, that got my attention because Cleveland was previously undefeated.
Going back to last year, what I'm seeing of this Spartan team right now, they kind of remind me of the College Station team we saw a year ago that made it to the state championship game and won it all.
Very good team. In fact, we saw them last year. We said we wouldn't be surprised if they got to the state championship game.
Harwell gets it all the way back to the 6-yard line. Amari Gibson on the return will only get it back to the 17.
Number 4, Gibson on the return. Ball being spotted right at, looks like the
just a 9-yard return for Gibson, and University will take over, trailing by 3 touchdowns.
Another look at Gibson right there. He's kind of a jack of all trades tonight. Done a good job on defense and also on offense.
In the backfield with Emilio Arechica is Eric DeGreat Perkins, along with Britt, and it's Arechica that's not Arechica, that's once again Obi Cooper at the Wildcat position, and Cooper basically a yard gain, and that's it. From the 18.
The University had success earlier throwing the long pass to Cooper, so we'll have to find out if they're going to do that again here pretty quick.
Well, Cooper still in at the quarterback spot. He'll hand it off to Brett. And Brett dives inside to the 22-yard line for a gain of 4.
Phillips on the tackle. Pick up about 4 yards.
Third and 5.
Third down and 5.
For University.
Now Arechica's going back in at quarterback, so I think Obi came out.
Yeah, Obi's on the sideline. Junior quarterback Emilio Arechiga. Looking to pass, throws the the turn-in pattern to Sandoff, and Sandoff unable to get to it. He couldn't get his arms under it.
Pass is intended for Sandoff, falls incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
That ball was a little bit underthrown. You see it right there. Sandoff came back and tried to make the catch, but it hit the ground. Good call.
Arechica just 1 of 3 passing. He's completed 1 to a teammate, 1 to opponent, and 1 to the turf. So that'll bring on the punting unit.
Hopefully Galvin can get off a better punt than he did last time.
Right now, Centennial not putting anybody back to receive the punt. Robert Ursua in as the deep snapper. And now whistle.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
That's 5.
I don't know
Twice now.
how does that happen? I just don't understand.
Twice now the punt team has not been able to get a punt off and got a penalty. Well, this one got a little bit blocked, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 36-yard line. So once again, not a very good punt. This is just a 14-yard punt, Coach.
They in good field position again for Centennial.
They get the ball with 7:41 left to go in the first half, on top of University 21-0. They've only had one possession that they started in their own territory. That was at the 20 after University missed a field goal try, and they were able to move the 80 yards in 10 plays. Now they take over at the University 36 on their 4th possession of the contest. Back to pass. We'll throw it into the flat for Earhart, and Earhart will be taken out of bounds at the 32. A gain of 4 on the play.
Another good tackle by Andrew Apodaca.
Oliveras. Pick up close to 4 yards on that play. 2nd down.
Is that their first pass attempt? No, it's their 3rd pass attempt. All complete for a grand total of 28 yards. Second down and 6. Offensive coordinator Eddie Grimes taking his time getting the play in now as the play clock's down to 9 seconds. They get the snap off in time. Once again looking to pass on the square end of Jenkins, and Jenkins will take it across the 25 to the 24.
14.
Pickup of 8 on the play and a first down.
Centennial's moving that ball pretty much at will right now. They're mixing it up. They're running the option. They're throwing the football a little bit, and they're really doing a good job. And I tell you what, old Hank Meyer, for sophomore, is very poised out there.
Well, it's not his first rodeo. He ended up having to take over at quarterback in the second half, I believe, of the Burleson contest due to the injury to the starter. Pitch goes to Mosley. Mosley has some nice downfield blockers and will be forced out of bounds at the 13-yard line, but there is a flag down at the 14.
There is a flag on the play.
I think he was forced out of bounds that time by Jaden Sanders.
Holding. Offense. Number 22. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Well, from the spot of the foul, if that's at the 14-yard line, it'll go back to the 24. So basically, you give Mosley a 10-yard gain, but then they lose the same 10 yards. So it's still 1st and 10 at the University 24. So basically nothing ventured, nothing gained there.
Yep. I thought this team might huddle up, but they don't.
But they do use the play clock. Pitch is fumbled and picked up by the pitchman Wiedmeyer, and he'll be forced out of bounds, and another penalty flag thrown as he's forced out of bounds at the 12. And you think we're going to see another holding penalty here, Coach?
We might do it. Block in the back, but I think either way it should be against Centennial. Yep,
Offense.
there it is.
Number 89. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
So basically, Wiedmeyer got 2 yards on the play. They're going to bring it back to the 22. It'll still be first down, but now it's 1st and 8. Clock stopped with 5:48 to go in the second quarter, with Centennial on top of University 21-0. Meyer hands it off to a new running back. That's Zion Abadio. He'll get it close to the first down at the 15.
35, BBO.
They've got a lot of weapons on this Centennial team. That's another good look.
Brings
At,
up second down and
what's
one.
his name? Bobbio?
Bobbio.
Yeah.
Let's give him 7. We get second down and 1 at the University 15. They got to get to the 14 for the first down. Fake the handoff to Bobbio, and they pitch it to Mosley, and Mosley will go down at the 11. They'll pick up 4.
Yeah, Mosley was tackled by his own man that time. You'll take another look at Mosley. There's the option play, good, and they scored on this early. But right there, he ran right up at the back of his own player, tried to throw a block there, and went down.
Meyer fakes it or hands it to a Bobbio, and he'll be knocked down for a loss of 1 back at the 12. One of the few negative plays they've had offensively.
That's a nice tackle that time by Shelby Lee.
Second and 11 from the 12. They can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. But the clock continues to roll in the second quarter with 4:20 remaining. Meyer on the counter. Pitch out goes to Wiedmeyer, and he'll be forced out
Number 11.
at about the 6
On that.
after a 6-yard gain.
That was a counter option that time. James Street made a living on this with Daryl Roll when they was running the wishbone.
Brings up third down.
That's where I've seen this offense before.
Yeah.
Third and 5 from the 6. Fakes the handoff. Meyer keeps, looking to get at least the first down. Amari Gibson doing what he can to try to keep him from getting that first down, and successful at doing so. It's stopping him at the 2. So it's going to be 4th down and 1 after the 4-yard gain by Meyer.
There's a look at it right there. Good pursuit by the Trojans. So I don't think it's a big decision time for Coach Keller. I think he goes for this, don't you?
Yeah, I think so too. He may let a whole lot of clock roll off and then call a timeout.
Looks like that may be what he's doing.
Yeah, they're not. Well, they did single in a play before the play clock got to 10, but University's going to call the timeout.
Timeout, University.
3 minutes and 24 seconds left in the first half. Centennial looking to take a 4-touchdown advantage as they're on the lip of the cut, but face a 4th and 1, but can pick up a first down and a new set of downs.
This 4th and 1 is very tough for this University defense because you got to watch for the fullback up the middle, you got to watch for the quarterback, and then you got to watch for the options. So a lot of things to watch for, and I assume coming up at halftime, I assume we'll have performances by the University High School band. In fact, yeah, we will.
That's the only band that can perform because it's the only band here.
Yeah. Oh, the other ones are running real late.
Yeah. The Spartans have run 25 plays now for 188 yards. And trying to score on every possession here in the first half, as they've scored on the first 3 times they've touched the ball, and looking to put it in the end zone here. Hand off to Curvin. Curvin surges forward.
This is going to be pretty close, isn't it,
This will
Art?
be, I don't know, we may see one of those measurements we haven't seen many of. University seems to think that they've stopped him. We'll have to wait and see what the officials rule on a first down, and they are going to bring out the sticks for a measurement. Coach, we haven't seen a whole lot of these in the last 2 years.
Oh, what do you say, Lark? I'll give you first shot at it.
No, he didn't get the first down.
Well, I'll say he got it. Since you said that, I'll have to
Okay.
say he got it.
You don't have to. You can agree with me.
Okay, I agree with you.
Why, so we can both be wrong? A chain link shot. University holds them out at the goal line. So no gain on the play for Curvin. And the ball goes over on downs to University. with 3:19 left to go in the first half, trailing 21-0. That's got to be a bit of a feather in the hat of the Trojans.
I would think so, but I tell you what, they got to be real careful of that football because you cannot afford a turnover down there.
Certainly cannot. So from the 2-yard line, let's call it, University will have Obie Cooper in the Wildcat. Cooper will counter everybody and get around out to the 7-yard line, but Brad Strickland has dropped a flag out of the end zone.
And he threw it from behind the University offense, so most likely he'll be against the Trojans.
Holding. 62, the offense. Half the distance to go. Still one.
Half the distance to the goal, that's not very far, is it?
No, 1 yard. So if you're going to get a penalty, that's the place to get it.
Yeah. You got to be careful here. You can't really you can throw the ball, but you don't want to risk having a safety back there.
Cooper stays in at the quarterback. Has Brenton Perkins back there with him. Moving Perkins to the other side as a blocking back. Cooper on the counter, coming to the right side and has some running room. Gets a downfield block from Lambert, but then loses the football. There's a scramble for it, and finally getting on the ball is Centennial's David Robinson. Cooper had a big gainer there. Got a really nice downfield block from Lambert, but somehow the football broke loose in the second turnover of the contest.
There it is. University had 2 chances to recover this and did not. There, right there, I thought it was recovered, but it was not.
So with 2 minutes and 42 seconds left to go in the quarter, Centennial has the football once again in University territory.
What a nice run by Obie Cooper. It really was.
Just needed to keep the football in his hand. He got 45 yards out of that, Coach, but gave up the ball at the 46. Back to pass, looking for the juggler. Meyer throws long in the flat and overthrows his target. So he tried to get that one to Monty Johnson.
I think that might have been Jalen Sanders back defending on that pass that time.
I believe that's the first incompletion of the night for Meyer. He is 4 of 5 for 36 yards. Again, they don't throw much, but Meyer's been successful when he does. Fake the handoff to Curvin. The pitch goes to Mosley. Bounces around the left side, looking for the sticks, and is thrown out of bounds pretty close to the first down marker.
Lamar Gibson once again came from behind to make the tackle. You see it right here. Good fake there. In fact, it faked out the cameraman. And here he goes right there. You'll see Lamar Gibson, come right into your screen, make the tackle.
They give him 9 to the 37, so it's 3rd down and 1. Mitchell goes from one side to the other of the University defensive line. Trojans have 5 men on the front looking to stop the run. Meyer has to pitch it to Mosley quickly, and Mosley has the first down and a lot more as he finds some open daylight and heads for the near corner of the end zone, and he will outrun Watson to the end zone for the touchdown from 37 yards away. His second long-distance run of the night.
I really felt like University thought they were going to give it to the fullback like they did on the goal line. They ran the option play, pitched it back to Mosley, and he made a really, really nice run. Good cut back there, and kind of slowed it down right here just a little bit. There on the defense was Desmond Watson.
Harwell sticks it through the uprights. 2 minutes and 14 seconds left before halftime. Centennial takes a 28-0 lead.
28, University Trojans 0.
I'm impressed with this Centennial team, and when we saw them earlier in the year, I thought Burleson was a very good team, and they beat them by 2 touchdowns. So right now Centennial is the second best team in that district.
That 37-yard run caps a 3-play, 46-yard drive that only took 28 seconds to give Centennial their 4th touchdown in 5 times that they've had the football here in the first half.
It's what we've seen so far. I think there's a good chance both Burleson teams make it to the playoffs.
I think you're right there. And of the teams we've seen in this district this year, this is the team that seems to execute the best.
Yes, they do.
We have not seen Aledo.
No, we will not see Aledo. At least I won't see Aledo. You mind?
No,
No,
maybe.
I'm not going to make that trip.
University looking to try to get something going offensively before halftime.
And they've done a good job on kickoff return so far tonight.
Certainly have. Resendez and Sandoff are the 2 deep. Sandoff to the near side. Harwell has it lined up. Kick it toward Sandoff, who has it at the 13. Slides a would-be tackler and fights his way up to the 31-yard line. 18-yard return for Sandoff. Gives University the ball 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
You can't fault the effort of these University Trojans. Sandoff is giving it all he had right there.
Give him 19 yards because they mark it at the 32-yard line. Obi Cooper in at a slot receiver on the near side. Emilio Arechica, the quarterback, has Britt in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to each side. Looking to pass. Got the time, throws across the middle, but underthrows Resendez. Kind of the same problem that Arechica had at Cleburne. His first 4 pass attempts at Cleburne were a little short of the intended receivers.
That one's way short also. That's 2 passes we've seen him throw tonight that were considerably short.
Brings up 2nd down and 10. And stops the clock with 2:02 left to go in the first half. Pass is complete this time to Sandoff, and Sandoff loses the football, and it's picked up by David Robinson. And sure enough, it is another turnover.
The Spartans have come up with a fumble recovery.
You cannot keep giving a good team like Centennial these chances with good field position. But Rodney Smith thought he might have been down, but that was the officials ruled it was a fumble.
Number 4, Robinson, coming up with a fumble recovery.
Here comes Brad Strickland over here to call to Rodney Smith.
Pass was good for about 8 yards, but the fumble moves it back to the 37-yard line, where Centennial gets it one more time with 1:51 left to go in the first half. Again, looking to pass, completes in the flat. That's to Robinson, the man who just recovered the fumble. Robinson will take it to the 30 for a gain of 7.
David Robinson is the best athlete on his team. He's kind of a jack of all trades. You'll see him offensively and defensively.
You know, defense is number 6.
He remains the receiver on the left of the formation.
2nd down.
At the bottom of the screen on the right side is Jenkins. Slot man in motion, but back to pass is Meyer looking across the middle, and that one's picked off by Mari Gibson at the 8. Gibson has a lot of green grass in front of him and trips up over one of his own players at the 45-yard line. So Amari Gibson gets the INT.
Number 4.
Returns it from the 8 out to the 45.
There it is right there, and you see him. He's finally going to trip over the leg of Shelby Lee, his teammate. Shelby's down there trying to make the block, and here it comes right there. There it was. Did a little somersault. They still have a little bit of time left on this clock. And I'll say this, if Gibson hadn't been the player of the game earlier, he'd have a shot at it tonight, but he's already been in.
Ruben Arachica checks in as the receiver to the right at the top of your screen. Handoff, though, goes to Brett, and Brett's going to be thrown for a loss back to the 42. Loss of 3 on the play for Brett.
Yeah, Tyler Stevens is the man that threw him for a loss. You know, you cannot have penetration in that backfield, but that time Tyler Stevens, he beat his man and got in there and made a good tackle.
Well, it's safe to say that right now Centennial is winning the war in the trenches.
No question about it. University is no hurry here. The clock is under 1 minute.
That defensive line for Centennial includes Chris Hilliard, Tyler Stevens, and Vincent Ortega. Hand off to Brett. Brett takes it over right guard. Gets some of the yardage back, just a couple of yards back to the 42, but it brings up a 3rd and 11.
The play clock is 3 seconds behind the big clock.
Actually, that's just a 1-yard gain on that play. To the 43. See if they have a Hail Mary here. 3 receivers to the right. Chica drop back looking to the left, going to the lone receiver over here. That's Sandoff, and Sandoff can't get to it at the 22. And that's the final play of the half.
And that is into the first half. The score will read.
So after the first 24 minutes of action, our score is Burleson Centennial 28 and University nothing. Stay tuned for our halftime activities coming up in a moment right here on Waco ISD TV.
This is DeAndre London here at the Waco ISD Stadium with a couple of cross-country runners who have recently advanced to regionals. Can y'all introduce yourselves?
My name is Hernan Rodriguez, and I am a senior at University High School.
My name is Jaden DeLeon. I am a sophomore at University High School.
So Hernan, how does it feel that after all the hard work in the summer, you have finally advanced to regionals?
I'm not going to lie, it feels really good. It's not every day you could just say, hey guys, we got first in district. You know, like we really busted our butts off this year. I think as a team we did really good, and I really hope that for future generations we do even better and we get better along the years. And it's just like I'm speechless basically because it feels really good. You know, it's not like I said again. We're going to regionals. That's like it's an amazing feeling. And I just want to say I'm proud to say that I'm a Trojan. And that us as a team, we made it. We made it to regionals, and now our goal is to head on to state.
All right, Jaden, going forward into regionals, do you have any special strategies or a plan?
Our plan is to stay with the Frisco Wakeland boys because they have the #1 rank coming in, and our goal is just to stay in the top pack, get as many as we up there so we can get the lower points, and we're going to contain ourselves to that last mile is when we're going to make our move. And then after that, we'll just get as many as up there and we can get our points so we can advance to state.
Well, thank you both for your time. And all of us at Waco ISD are wishing you good luck in regionals next week. So y'all have a good time out there.
Yes, sir.
Hope you enjoyed our halftime activities from the University High School band. University Trojans have made their way out of the locker room onto the sideline. Spartans Centennial gathering in their run through on the northeast corner of the stadium, getting ready for the second half of action. Centennial owns the scoreboard at halftime 28-0 and pretty much owns the statistical data as well. They have 11 first downs to just 2 for University. Centennial has run 10 more offensive plays, 32-22, and out of those 32 plays, they've gained 249 yards to 117 yards on the 22 offensive snaps for University. Both teams gaining most of the yardage on the ground. University with 15 rushes for 67 yards. Centennial 25 rushing plays for 206 yards. In the passing department, University is 3 of 7 with no touchdowns and 1 interception for 50 yards. Centennial is 5 of 17 passing, no touchdowns, 1 interception for just 43 yards. University has fumbled the ball twice and lost it both times, so 3 interceptions by the Trojans in the first half to just 1 for Centennial. A very penalty-free ball game so far, as University has been penalized just twice for a grand total of 6 yards, while Centennial's been penalized 3 times for 25 yards. Centennial owned the football in the first half for a minute, make that 13 minutes and 14 seconds to just 10 minutes and 46 seconds for University. Leading ground gainer in the first half, Chris Mosley for Centennial, 8 carries for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jeff Curvins had 8 carries for 42 yards. Hank Meyer, 5 carries for 36 yards. And we are underway in our second half. Coach, what do the Trojans have to do here in the second half?
Well, they're going to have to cut down on the turnovers to start with. And like I say, penalties hadn't been a problem. It's the turnovers. And they're going to have to try to corral this triple option offense. That wishbone, they're having a hard time with it. They really are.
Well, the Trojans trying an onside kick to maybe get the football to start the second half, but Centennial was ready for it and will take over at the 50, and that's another thing that Centennial has been able to take care of. Really great field position.
Yeah, they've had it all night, and like I say, they're very methodical in what they do, and they do it well.
They execute very well. Hank Meyer, the quarterback, under center, will roll out to his left, looking to pass, squares the shoulders, throws it upfield, and underthrows, and it's intercepted. That is Amari Gibson with his second interception. I'm sorry, that's not Gibson. Who is that, Coach? Number 6, that's Desmond Wilson.
Yep, Desmond Watson.
So just like the first half, the first play of the second half begins with an interception. This time it goes University's
and
way.
Desmond Watson is their playmaker. He's done a good job. He was our player of the game earlier in the season, so he's ineligible tonight. But he's played well all year.
Well, Centennial only kept it for 9 seconds, and University got their wish. They get the football very early here in the third quarter, and they have it at their own 30-yard line. Emilio Arechiga is the quarterback. And he'll hand it off to the only running back he has in the backfield. I believe that is 33, Britt, with the football. It is. And he maybe gets a half yard out of it, if that. Britt in the first half carried the ball 8 times for just 9 yards. Pretty tough going for him. He gets no yards on that one. Brings up a second down and 10 at the 30. Rolling to his right, Arechiga looking to pass. Throws complete to the 40-yard line. Diving back for the ball was Obi Cooper.
I tell you, Obi Cooper is probably the best offense they've had tonight once he's in the Wildcat and runs the football, but he's a jack of all trades.
Picked up 9, bring up a third down and 1. Cooper now the middle receiver of the 3 to the left of the formation. There with Resendez and Ruben Arechiga. Handoff, though, in the backfield. And that's a new running back with the carry. That's Darrell Thomas, number 31. A sophomore gets his first carry that I'm aware of this year, and he gets the first down with it.
First down for the Trojans.
Rodney's best giving everybody a shot tonight. And With the Jeremy Stroop not suited up, they're all hands on deck at that running back position.
Thomas remains in the game at the running back spot. Arachika drops straight back, steps up in the pocket, and now will run with the football, and he'll get caught for maybe a 1-yard gain, and that's it. Somebody grabbed him by his shirt tail and slowed him down.
Gaining about a yard in on the fence, number 77.
Looked like Obie Cooper was wide open down on the left side here, but Arachika was running for his life.
That looked like it was open for a minute, but all of a sudden that door closed on him.
Yep, closed quick.
2nd and 9. Rolling to his left, looking to pass. Under a rush, now we'll just throw it away. Smart heady play by Arachika there, got it past the line of scrimmage.
Well, I assume now that Orlando Galvin will come in after this play. If they don't make it and kick it away, he needs a good punt sometime tonight. He hasn't had one yet.
I think he's had 2 punts for an average of 14 yards.
Not very good.
No. Ruben Arachika, Resendez, and Cooper, the receivers on the near side. Sandoff, the receiver at the top of the screen. Down the middle, overthrown, trying to get it to Resendez, and there's a very upset Spartan, Matrion Easley, who thought he should have had an interception.
Yeah, in fact, he and the other defensive back kind of ran together. So Galvin will come in and kick it away. Remember, they did partially block the last punt, if I'm not mistaken. Well, maybe he won't punt it away.
Well, he's not very deep. And actually, it's Arachika, the quarterback, who does the punting. We've seen him do that quick kick a couple of times this year.
That's the best punt they've had tonight.
Certainly is. So University gives the ball back with 9:13 left to go in the third quarter, and our score is still our halftime score of Centennial 28 and University nothing. Centennial will start this at their own 28-yard line.
University band performed at halftime the same routine they'll do tomorrow at their district competition out at Midway.
A 40-yard punt for Arachika. Hank Myers, the quarterback, has Curvin as his running back, and fakes the handoff. Pitch coming around the near side to Weidman. Weidman up to the 32-yard line for about a 4-yard pickup.
Boy, you have to play assignment football against that triple option, because if you don't, you're going to get killed. That was a good fake to the fullback, and then came out and run to the outside. And like I say, they got so many weapons. And they're doing it without their supposedly best quarterback.
And once again, senior Kyle Burns injured in the Burleson game. Fumble. And University has the football. Picking it up is Amari Gibson, and Gibson's going to be tackled at the 32-yard line. So Curvin not able to keep a handle on the ball. Gives it back up to University, and University has the second turnover of the half, and now the turnovers in the game are even at 3 apiece.
Actually, he lost the football right when it was handed off to him. Nobody hit him. It just came out of his hand. Whether or not the ball's wet, I don't know. I assume it may be a little damp.
Best field position of the night for University, starting at the 32-yard line in Centennial territory. Arachika looking to air it out. Goes across the middle to Resendez, and that one is picked off. And once again, it's DeQuan Campbell coming up with it, his second interception of the night.
I told you, DeQuan Campbell is a ball hawk. That's how they describe him, and he's not proven us wrong tonight. Is that 7 turnovers so far?
Yes, sir, in the game, 7 turnovers. This may be the most interceptions in one game we've seen in quite some time.
Yep.
Well, University had the ball for 9 seconds before they give it back up to Centennial. But they move the Spartans all the way back to the 16-yard line, where they have it 1st and 10. Hand off to Curvin. Curvin Orban and Durbin is up to the 22-yard line. He's doing everything he could to get yardage out of that. Got 6.
Finally brought down by Andrew Apodaca that time. We called his name a bunch tonight.
In that linebacker spot, doing the best he can to not only stop the run, but make sure he covers those slot receivers. Pitch goes to Mosley going around the left side, and Mosley has an opening down the sideline. It's a foot race, a good cutback here. Must have stepped out of bounds back at the 49-yard line as the whistles blow, and it's 49 in University territory.
Apodaca is now holding his right arm, so I don't know if he got hit on that play or not, but there's another look at it. Evidently he stepped out of bounds right there, I believe.
Picked up 27 yards and picked up the first down and moves it into University territory. Mosley now with 141 yards on the night, and that's just on 9 carries. Pass is complete. And the flat to Johnson. And Johnson will take it up to the 43 for a 6-yard gain.
Once again, Amari Gibson led in charge that time for the U-Dogs.
Picked up close to 6 yards on that play.
This third quarter is going by quite rapidly.
Well, this offense that Centennial runs does a good job of eating clock. Curvin takes the handoff and hurdles the offensive line up to the 40-yard line for a 3-yard pickup.
Just a little bit short. We got a man down now from Centennial, so here comes the training staff out to check on them.
Nora Leon and Joel Bennett, the trainers for Centennial.
Looks like it's Ryan Chappelle that was kind of limping off. He's okay. He got off field under his own power, though.
That's always a good sign. 3rd and 1 at the University 40.
Remember, they tried to give it to fullback when they was on the goal line, had a short yardage. Didn't work, but looks like that's what they're going to do again.
Fabio in at the running back spot, takes the handoff, and he is hammered when he gets close to the first down.
I don't think he made it. I really don't.
The way they're spotting the football, I agree with you, Coach.
I think University scouted him pretty well on that play, because that's twice they've run that play in short yardage, and they've not made it neither time.
Well, they went from one side of the 40 to the other, but they have to get to the 39 to pick up the first down, and they're going for it here. Just a straight quarterback sneak by Meyer, and believe he's going to get it this time.
Right foot or left foot, I guess, spot.
University seems to think they've got another series where they'll take the ball over on downs.
Maybe measurement time again, reckon?
We're going to have our second measurement of the game.
I think he's maybe a little bit short. I don't know.
Well, where they've spotted the football, I have to agree with you, Coach.
Yeah.
I think we're chain links short again.
Yep, I do too. That's a feather in the cap for University defense if they are short.
Just the fact that the defense has kept Centennial from scoring the first 3 times they've had the ball here in the half is a big feather in their hat. And University will take over with 6:14 left to go in the third quarter, trailing 28-0.
Like I say, the best success they've had tonight offensively is when they had Obi Cooper in at the Wildcat formation. And maybe we'll see that again. I hope we do, because he's done a good job.
He's in the backfield right now. He is there. And we'll run the Wildcat, cut it back inside with a spin move, gets it inside the 45 to about the 46, a 6-yard gain for Obi Cooper.
That was set up to be an option play, but Obi Cooper decided instead of pitching it back, he would keep it himself and made decent yardage.
Well, it's getting the 45, it just gets to one side of the 45. 2nd down and 5. Cooper remains as the quarterback. with Thomas as his running back. Again, looking for the pitch. Pitches it back to Thomas, and Thomas is not going to be able to get around the corner as quickly up to stop him as Kendall Earhart.
Yeah, Darryl Thomas was stopped just about the time he caught that pitch. Right there, he didn't have much chance to do anything.
Loss of 2 on the play, back to the 43. University facing a 3rd and 7 now at their own 43-yard line. Antonio Miles, offensive coordinator, sends in the play.
I don't know whether Obi Cooper throws the ball well or not, but this is a passing down, I would think.
Well, they bring in another running back.
They better hurry.
2, 1, 0, and University has called the timeout. Rodney Smith was right there in the ear of the linesman on the near side and asked for the timeout as the play clock went down to 1. Next week, Waco Lions will be here at Waco ISD Stadium, and say that we got the Temple Wildcats coming to town next week, did we, Coach?
Yep, going into tonight's game, Temple is undefeated. You know, and I assume they'll remain that way after tonight's game. I think they're playing one of the clean schools, I believe. I'm not sure.
Meanwhile, the University Trojans will be on the road next week, facing the league leader in District 5, 5A Division II, and the Aledo Bearcats. Aledo's 6-0 on the year, headed into tonight's play, and they're at Cleburne tonight. Had a 21-0 lead on Cleburne at halftime.
They're the class of the league, no doubt about it. And
Class
they
of the league?
have been for several years.
How about class of the state?
Yeah.
At this particular level. All right, here we go on 3rd down. Cooper on the keeper will not be able to get anywhere near the first down sticks. No gain whatsoever for Obi Cooper as Michael Parker was there to make the stop.
Now we're going to see another quick kick.
Probably.
And here comes.
Yeah, Arachika comes back in.
Yeah, he's the quick kicking guy.
Resendez will be a receiver on the far side along with Sandoff. Cooper's in the slot. Nobody back to receive a punt if that's indeed what this is, and sure enough, he does punt it. Got a good overspin on it, which gives it a University roll. Nothing but Trojans around it as they'll stop it at the 21-yard line.
That's been their best punting weapon tonight is the quick kick.
36 yards on that one.
It's 40 on the last one, so that's not bad, is it?
Yeah, that's doing pretty good. 4 minutes and 8 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We're still at our halftime score, 28-0 in favor of Burleson Centennial.
And I tell you what, the University defense overall has not played that bad. They really have not.
Hank Meyer still at the quarterback. Fakes the handoff to Curvin and keeps the ball, follows Mosley's block around the left side and gets it up to the 30-yard line for a 9-yard pickup.
Like I say, you have to play assignment football because it's so hard to. Right there, that's a good fake to the fullback, and then he keeps it himself. And like I say, they got a lot of weapons.
Meyer has carried 7 times for 45 yards and 1 touchdown tonight. Still in that 2-slot formation. Fake the handoff to Curvin. Meyer keeps it around the opposite side and has a lot of running room. Trying to outrun Amari Cooper, and Cooper grabs him by the shirt and brings him down. They're going to throw a flag for a horse collar tackle, but he stopped him at the 23.
There's that option play. He opted to keep it that time after the fake and made a good run. Here comes Amari Gibson. You see right there, there's a horse collar.
15 added to the end of the run. First down.
There's a 47-yard pickup for Meyer, and then the 15 yards on the penalty.
Correction, half the distance.
Half the distance for the goal it'll be as opposed to 15.
That put it down around the 12, won't it? Somewhere in that area.
Somewhere in that area. Yeah, that's where they're going to mark it, is at the 12. The 1st and 10 at the University 12-yard line. So Meyer has done all the damage here just on quarterback keepers. Fake the handoff. Pitch goes to Mosley, and Mosley has running room to the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night.
29, Mosley.
I think a couple of those touchdowns have been on the same play, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
There's a good fake to the fullback. You see the pitch right there to Mosley, and he's in pretty easily that time.
Took him 1 minute and 2 seconds to go 79 yards in 3 plays.
We got a flag now. What's that for?
Well, I'm sure Brad Strickland will tell us.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 4 of the defense. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
Huh.
Apparently, Maury Gibson.
Must have said something or did something. I
Yes,
guess.
sir. Ben Harwell will have a sore toe in the morning. Adds on the extra point. 3 minutes and 6 seconds left to go, 3rd quarter. Centennial out in front now by a score of 35-0.
The young man's a good kicker, and he hadn't let his disability set him back in it. There's another look at the touchdown. It's just, I tell you what, they just got so many weapons that as soon as you try to stop Meyer back there, and he's going to pitch the ball back to Mosley, and he just, like I say, you cannot prepare for this flexbone offense in 1 week, especially with bad weather.
There goes Mosley once again on the replay around the end. Looking to see if I can see anything that maybe Amari Gibson did, but there wasn't in that shot. So, first touchdown of the second half helps Centennial increase its lead to 5 touchdowns over University. They'll add on the personal foul to the kick here, and they will kick off from the University 45-yard line.
Good look at Ben Harwell. Young man's a senior, kicks the ball pretty well. He may have an opportunity to play maybe at the next level. I don't know. You got to admire that young man. You really do.
Resendez deep along with Sandoff. Sandoff on the near side. If they weren't up 5 touchdowns, I'd be looking for a possibility of an onside kick here. Not totally out of the realm of possibility.
No.
They'll put the foot into it and kick it out of the end zone. They'll give the University the ball at 25.
I will see if it's going to be Archika back there again, or are they going to put Obi Cooper back in the Wildcat.
Trojans have run 32 plays for 134 yards. Obi Cooper is the leading ground gainer in the game, 62 carries, or 62 yards on 6 carries. Britt has carried it 9 times for only 11 yards. Lee Goss, who started the game at running back, just 1 carry for 3 yards. We haven't seen him in quite some time.
No, we haven't.
On the quarterback draw, Arachika gets it up to the 26-yard line for a 6-yard gain.
Look here, look how Archika just kind of slipped right there. Yeah, he went down actually before he was hit. I think he tried to make a little cut and just slipped.
Make a 1-yard gain from the 25 to the 26. Brings up 2nd down and 9. Kayvon Brett takes the fake. Arachika steps up in the pocket and completes one across the middle to Resendez. Resendez looking for some blocks, is caught from behind as he's running east and west instead of north and south. The pursuit comes and gets him. That was Justin Alvarado who came to get him, but they do pick up the 1st down.
And he did hang on to the football.
That always helps.
Yes, it does. That's a nice play. There's another good look at Resendez right there.
First catch for Resendez tonight gets him 11 yards, make that 16 yards. Out to the 46-yard line. Actually, maybe it's 17 yards. Sorry, Tank. Handoff goes to Brett. Brett has some running room, gets it across the midfield stripe and up to the 49-yard line. Another 5-yard pickup there for Brett.
Yeah, Brett, little sophomore. I just wonder what happened to Goss, because he showed us some pretty good signs of life there early on, and he hadn't been back in the game.
Trying to look and see if I see 22 on the sideline anywhere, but right now I'm not seeing it. Maybe he suffered an injury that we were not aware of. Second down and 5. Arachika unloads, and it's a little too tall for Sandoff, and Sandoff, instead of knocking the ball down, tipped it up, and it was almost an interception.
Sandoff really made a nice one-handed catch on that, but he didn't. Actually, they're very lucky it was not a pick for Centennial.
Still looking on the sideline for number 22, and I'm just not finding him anywhere.
Huh.
Third down and 5. Obi Cooper in the slot on the far side. I think number 89, Joseph Azua, also one of the receivers on the right side, but they're going to hand it off on the inside trap to Kayvon Britt. Britt gets it up to the 42, a gain of 7, and picks up the first down.
I tell you what, Britt's come in and run the football pretty well. There's another look at it right there. Of course, give a little credit to that offensive line also.
Absolutely. Good job on the counter play there. Kind of like that call for the offensive coordinator. A misdirection. No misdirection here. Brett just looking for a hole and ducks his head forward up to the 40 for 2 yards.
Looks like number 42 in on the tackle, Ortega.
That may be the last play of the third quarter. Maybe, I said.
Trojans hurry up to the line of scrimmage. Under 10 seconds left on the third quarter clock. They get the snap off before the end of the quarter. The throw is going to be short of Obi Cooper. And that's the end of 3 periods of play with our score. Centennial 35 and University nothing. Now let's join our stadium announcer George Snookhouse for a special presentation on the field.
We would like to call your attention to the field to honor this year's University High School boys cross-country team. Last Friday was the district cross-country meet in Cleveland. Your University Trojans are the District 14 5A district champions. This is the first district championship in cross-country in school history. The Trojans will be competing Monday, October 22nd at the regional meet in Dallas. Good luck, cross-country team.
Many of the members of that cross-country team are also members of the university soccer team, as that's kind of their off-season conditioning program. So one outstanding program helps out another outstanding program. University soccer team brought the school its only state championship, what was it, about 3-4 years ago, back in 2014, 2015, something like that. Third down and 8 facing the Trojans. From the Centennial 40-yard line, Arachika to pass. He throws into double coverage, but it's complete. A nice catch over there by Ruben Arachika to pick up another first down.
You think they might be brothers?
That's a high possibility.
Yes, it is. That was a nice catch that time. Well, Ruben said, well, my brother threw it. If that's his brother, he said, I got to catch it.
10-yard gain on the play. Again, back to pass, throw across the middle to Resendez, and Resendez has it inside the 15 down to the 13, a 17-yard pickup there.
That's a couple of good passes that Arachika's thrown in a row. That's a nice catch by Resendez that time.
Where was that accuracy in the first half? Cooper, Resendez, and Sandoff, the three receivers to the right. Ruben Arechica, the receiver at the top of your screen. Handoff, though, goes to Britt on the cutback. He'll get maybe a yard or two.
I think I saw a yellow hanky down there.
Yeah. Thrown by the umpire.
Holding.
Personal foul. Face mask. Number 41. Half the distance to go. Automatic first down.
Britt got it to the 12, and half the distance to the goal will take it to the 6.
Trojan fans, the few that are here tonight, they're pretty fired up. And rightfully so. They've won 3 football games this year, and they're at 500, and it's been a long time since they've been at 500.
I believe that brought an automatic first down as well, so it's first and goal at the 6. Full house backfield with Azua in as a blocking back in the slot to the right. Handoff, fake the handoff to Brett. Obie Cooper keeps it and gets it down to the 3.
Number 7, Cooper, straight up the middle.
Cooper back in at the quarterback spot in the Wildcat.
Defense number 68, Stevens.
There's another look at Obie Cooper. 2 more plays like that, they'll have them a touchdown, won't they?
Got to get the blocking up front. We're in the 4th quarter. Trojans trailed 35-0, looking for their first score of the night. They had a scoring opportunity early, but missed a field goal try. Britt trying to get around the corner, can't do it. Outrunning him to the corner is Chase Phillips to bring him down.
Defense number 5, Phillips, lost some yards on that play.
Well, they're certainly in 4-down territory. I don't think a field goal is going to do you much good here. So there's another good look at Brett. Just that was a nice tackle that time by Chase Phillips from Centennial.
Lost 4 on the play, back to the 7. Brings up a 3rd down and 6. Kayvon Britt, just a sophomore. We'll see a lot of him the next couple of years. Thomas now in at a running back spot. Cooper looking for the hole. We'll take it to the 5-yard line. Just a 2-yard gain for Cooper. That almost looked like one of those plays that Kansas State runs by their quarterback, that he's just waiting for the hole to open in front of him.
Well, now Cooper's down. I don't know whether he sprained the ankle or what, but he's down right now, so I assume Arechica will go back in at quarterback.
Well, he's holding on to the back of a thigh. Jerry Williams shows up along with Chelsea Hooten, the 2 trainers for University, to check him out. Is also Rodney Smith going to come out to check on him, and this looks more like a cramp than anything else. Jerry's going to help him walk it off to the sideline. And it's a cool, damp night here. We had a lot of rain earlier. Temperature has stayed at 60 degrees under cloudy conditions.
It just seems colder than that to me. I know it's not, but it just seems that way. It seems really cold in this room to me. Like about 48 right now. Tank, did you bring a blanket with us? I'd like to thank your crew, but I'll thank Mr. Tanks there, stat man. I don't know the rest of the crew, so I've not got on the list tonight.
4th and goal for the Trojans. Looking for the touchdown. Arechica throws to the end zone, and it is knocked out of the hands of the intended target as they tried to go to Azua for the touchdown, and there to knock it away from him was Monty Johnson.
That was a good play call that time, and I thought that was a touchdown, but it was Johnson did a good job defensively knocking that ball away.
A 14-play drive comes up empty for the University Trojans. Started all the way back at their own 25-yard line, and it ends at the 5, where Centennial will take over with 8 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the contest. Trojans ate up about 7 minutes with that drive. Got a new quarterback now as Hunter Pressure, the senior, takes over at quarterback for Centennial.
I'm sure Coach Geller right now just be satisfied to keep that clock running, maybe move the chains, because he's got a demanding 35-0 lead with just about 8 minutes left in this contest.
Looks like we also got a new running back in the game as number 15, Corey Price. Looks like he's in at the running back spot. Fake the handoff to Price. The pitch will go to Weidman. Weidmer will get it up to the 10-yard line before he's wrestled to the ground by Amari Gibson.
Amari Gibson's really played well tonight defensively for the University Trojans. There's one more look at it. You see Omari coming there right there. Nice tackle.
Gain of 3 for Weidmer on that one. Brings up 3rd down and 5 at the 10-yard line. Pressure checks the armband for the play. Fakes the handoff. Pitch goes to the Curvin, who comes around as the slot man, and Jeff Curvin's going to be dropped for a loss back at the 8-yard line.
I believe that was Gabriel Russell that made the tackle. You take one more look at it. Yeah, that was Gabriel. That was a nice play.
Got to hand it to the University defense. They have done a good job when they've been asked to step it up and get a 3 and out here and force the first punt of the game for Centennial, and it's Hank Meyer who does the punting. Resendez running up to it and watches it go past him and takes a sideways roll. Stopped at the 50-yard line. Apparently Centennial thought that maybe University touched it as Michael Parker picks it up and tries to run the other way with it, but it's going to be at the 50. That is a 42-yard punt for Meyer. And University takes it over with 6:33 left to go in the contest, trailing 35-0.
Hey, thank y'all very much. Where's the other 2 guys? Oh, they couldn't handle the rain, huh? I appreciate it very much, y'all sitting out in this. Yeah, see you next week, yeah. Okay.
Well, once again, we have a discussion, kind of like we had last week, as to whose ball is this, as that may have been a muffed punt.
Burleson ball. The ball was touched by the receiver, recovered by Burleson. First down and 10.
So it is Burleson's ball, or Centennial's ball. As apparently it was touched by University and recovered, but apparently it's a muff that can't be advanced.
At least it's quicker than last week, wasn't it?
Certainly is, a lot quicker than last week. So Centennial keeps the football at the 50. Fake the handoff, pitch goes to Weidmer, and Weidmer around the right side has a lot of running room, does a good job of utilizing his blocks to get a 20-yard pickup down to the 30.
Okay, our offensive player of the game will be Obi Cooper.
84 of the offense. 10 yards from the spot of the foul. First down.
Yep, we got a holding penalty. Go ahead, Obi Cooper.
Will be our offensive player, and Andrew Apodaca will be our defensive player. So if it's not raining, which I don't think it is right now, we'll visit with those 2 young men and Roddy Smith following the game.
Weidmer picked up 7 before the holding penalty, and then the holding penalty takes it back 10 yards, so it's back in Centennial territory at the 47-yard line, where it's first down and 13.
You know, when your team punts the football, if it's going to hit the ground, just get away from it.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Get completely away from it. I'm not about 10 or 15 yards. Just get away from it.
On the counter pitch, Curvin coming around the end and will get away from one would-be tackler, picks up some blocks, and he's headed for the corner of the end zone and will get there for the touchdown, his second of the night.
They got a chop block.
Oh, okay. Back at the 49-yard line.
I may be wrong, but I think that's what it was.
Brad Strickland will tell us.
You got a legal block below the waist. Offense, number 14.
I saw it. It was a good block, too.
15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Still first down.
Well, it helped free him for a touchdown, but unfortunately that's not legal to do that.
If we had a replay on it, you could probably see it because it was pretty much in plain sight when it happened. You pretty much cannot block below the waist anywhere anymore. because of safety reasons. All right, you can look right here, right in front of the play. I guess we missed it, but it was there.
Well, it'll be 1st and 23 from the 36-yard line. They basically walked off an 11-yard penalty, though, according to my record keeping. Game clock is stopped at 5:42. They approach the line of scrimmage with only 5 seconds left on the play clock. Pressure takes the snap and drops back to pass. Throws deep down across the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of his would-be receiver, Shamar Patterson.
You talk about wide open. He was wide open that time. That fake drew the entire secondary in, and you can see Patterson right there made a good effort at it, but it's a little bit out of reach.
First pass attempt for Hunter Pressure. We'll go back to the running game on the pitch to Weidmer. Weidmer trying to get around the corner, but Gibson won't let him do so and forces him out of bounds at the 40. Pick up a 4 on the play for Weidmer.
There's a good play once again by Maury Gibson, who's been all over the field tonight for these Trojans. You'll take one more look at it. You can watch Amari Gibson, number 4, come right into your screen, right there, knock him out of bounds.
Going out of bounds, stops the clock with 5:28 left in the contest. University trailing 35-0, trailed 28-0 at halftime. Centennial's only scored 1 touchdown here in the second half. And a timeout going to be called by Centennial as the play clock was down to 1 second. That's their first timeout. Each team has 2 timeouts left here in the fourth quarter.
Lord, can you believe that 2 of our committee members didn't show up tonight because it's raining?
Knowing your committee, yeah.
I had 4 and 2 did not show up.
Well, that just...
They're from most teams, so they might have got a little wet up there.
Well, a bridge might have been out between here and there.
Could have been.
You just never know. You're going to have to, call them and make sure they're okay.
Did you see on the news where this guy was taking his cattle to higher ground in Valley Mills and went right through a residential section? It was about 20 head of cattle. I'm not lying to you.
Well, that's where higher ground was.
Yeah. Had you not be sitting down on your porch and say, what's going on here?
Here comes the herd.
Yeah.
3rd and next week. Under pressure. And pressure is going to go down. Back to the 34-yard line, a loss of 6 yards on the play. That may be one of the few negative plays we've seen for Centennial tonight. Now, granted, it's basically their 3rd-string quarterback that's operating things right now.
That's a good tackle by Delvin Mason that time from University as the clock continues to roll.
Resendez waits for the punt from Hank Meyer. His 2nd punt tonight. He punts it away from Resendez. Takes a sideways roll. University players stay away from it this time. And it's killed at the 39-yard line in University territory.
That ball hit about 5 yards from where Caleb Russell was. He ran to get out of the way.
Don't blame him.
Good look at the University Trojan cheerleaders, some of them tonight. Doing their thing.
University has the football, trailing 35-0, and Sean Mooney, the freshman in at quarterback, throws down the near sideline and will underthrow his target, Sandoff. Also underthrew the defenders, so it goes incomplete First time we've seen the sophomore quarterback Sean Mooney tonight.
Put him in a tough situation. First play, he's supposed to throw a touchdown pass, I guess. But you know, they expect a lot out of this young man. He's a good sized youngster, got a good arm.
2nd and 10. Now we get a false start by University.
False start. Offense, number 72. 2nd down.
2nd and 15. Back at the 36. Center Isaac Branco had a little trouble with that. A little confunction at the junction, a fumble, and at the 25-yard line, it's covered up by Eric Johnson for Centennial.
Another turnover for the Trojans, and they can ill afford that, but that was a fumble and nice recovery there. So we'll see if Coach Geller here goes for the juggler, or he just tries to run that clock out and get on that bus and head back to Burleson.
Well, they have it at point-blank range basically again. They have had outstanding field position for most of the night thanks to miscues by University's offense. The first touchdown came by way of because of an interception deep in University territory on the first offensive play of the game. Pressure back in at quarterback. Takes the handoff. The pitch goes to Weidmer. Weidmer inside the 15 and brought down on another horse collar tackle at the 10-yard line, bringing him down from behind with Shelby Lee.
Take one more look at it. You'll see it.
Horse collar.
Another horse collar.
Half the distance to the goal. First down.
We don't see two of those in the same game very often. Don't see one very often.
Don't see two in a season often.
No.
So it goes down to the 5-yard line, so give him 15 yards to the 10 and then mark off another 5 on the half the distance to the goal penalty where it's 1st and goal. Another running back in the game now, number 32, Ryan Mullins, in behind the quarterback pressure. A fumble, pressure drops the football, tries to get back on top of it. University seems to believe that they have recovered the football. And
they did.
Brad Strickland in agreement. Coming up with the football for the Trojans.
I tell you, when people see this final score tomorrow, it's not indicative of how the University defense has played tonight. They've played well.
They have. They've done a good job. We've had 9 turnovers between the two teams tonight.
Golly. Lark, if you look down around the 40-yard line, a young man from University without his pads on, I wonder if that could be Ghost. No, this 40 right here.
You're probably right. Yeah.
I can't tell.
Looks like he's got a shoulder harness, like there may be something wrong with the left arm. Arachiga at the quarterback. Hands it off to Thomas. Thomas fights his way up to the 9-yard line. Thomas has gotten a lot of action tonight, sophomore running back.
Talk about the 3-minute mark, I'll be heading down to visit with Obie Cooper and Andrew Apodaca.
3 yards for Thomas on that. From the 9, Thomas has some open field running this time, up to the 15-yard line. Pickup of 6 on the play. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. Or do we have a flag? Yep, we got a flag. Offside.
Defense. 5-yard penalty.
Yep. Okay.
Replay 2nd down.
It'll still be 2nd down. Instead of picking up 6, they pick up 5 on the penalty. Still be 2nd down and about 2. At the 14. Thomas takes the handoff, finds the cutback hole, has the 1st down, and brought down at the 16-yard line. A gain of 2, but he does pick up the 1st down. The clock will continue to roll after the chains are set. Thomas tonight, that's his 4th carry
It's a first down for the Trojans.
for 6 yards. Clock rolling with 2:35 left to go. Arechica drops back to pass across the middle, and it's picked off. 3rd interception of the night for Daquan Campbell, and he'll try to return this for 6 and will do so. That is the 10th turnover of the contest. Campbell, with his 3rd interception of the game, has pretty much iced this one away. He has just pretty much played center field tonight. And anything that's overthrown, he seems to come up with, and he makes sure that he makes it into the end zone with this one. So Harwell will attempt the point after out of the hold of Hunter pressure. Good high snap. Pulled down, though, by pressure. And the point after is good. 42-0 our score. Centennial over University with 2:18 left to go in the contest. Trojans trailed at halftime 28-0. Allowed only 1 offensive touchdown here in the second half. And now has allowed the defense to score a touchdown on an interception. So it appears that the Trojans are going to fall to 3-4 on the season and 2-3 in district play, while Centennial is going to improve their record to 7-1 on the year and 5-1 in District 5-5A Division II. And they will keep pace with the league leader Aledo. Again, Aledo, a 4-0 record in district play, 6-0 in the year, and ranked number 1 in the state in district in the 5A Division II. And as we speak today, the playoff teams look to be Aledo, Centennial, Burleson. And then that 4th spot could be anyone from Midlothian to Cleburne to University. Just depends on how the final 3 weeks of the season shake out. Harwell makes his approach. Inside the 10-yard line, where Sandoff takes it at the 9 and comes to the near side, looking for a cutback lane, won't get it. He is hogtied and brought down by that Campbell fella. Daquan Campbell having a great game for Burleson on defense and special teams with his 3 interceptions tonight, and now that special team tackle at the 13-yard line. The University looking at the last 2:18 off the clock from their own 13-yard line. There, Chica, the quarterback, hands it off to Thomas. Thomas tries to sweep around the left end, and he's cut off at the pass. Will lose 2 yards on the play.
Carry number 26, Lane.
Back to the 11-yard line. University at this point has run 52 plays for 199 yards. That's Thomas's 5th carry for 4 yards. Obie Cooper, the leading rusher, 67 yards on 9 carries, but he's fumbled the ball twice. And off to Thomas, and as he tries to hit the hole, he's covered up by a bunch of white shirts. His forward progress stopped, though he never went down. Let's give him a yard out to the 12-yard line. University doing a good job of just keeping the clock rolling here. So it's 3rd down and 11. And we reach 1 minute left in the contest. Play clock is down to 10 as the Trojans break the huddle. Fake the handoff to Thomas. Arachica keeps it and has some running room. Headed down the far hash mark, trying to be cut off, and gets a block from Sandoff that frees him for about 10 more yards. And they're going to mark him out of bounds at the... Nope, I got a flag somewhere along the way.
Block in the back.
Block in the back.
Number 16.
On Sandoff at the 40-yard line. So he goes from the 12 to the 40. That was 48 yards picked up by Arachica. Then the block in the back will take it back 10 yards. University will have it 1st and 10 at the 50. And just 22 seconds remaining. This will most likely be the final play of the game as the clock continues to roll. Arachica looking to air it out. Coming to the near sideline to Sandoff, and Sandoff is unable to get to it as it's intercepted by David Robinson. Robinson on the return, taken down by Francisco Casio, and that will end the contest on the 11th turnover of the night. And the 4th interception thrown by Emilio Arachica. Centennial Spartans come to town and shut out the University Trojans by a score of 42-0. Stay tuned. We'll have our post-game interviews when we come back right here on Waco ISD TV.
All right, back at Waco ISD Stadium where the University Trojans have lost the district game to Burleson Centennial by a score of 42-0 on a very dreary night here at Waco ISD Stadium. Our defensive player of the game is going to be Andrew Apodaca. I hope I got that right. Our offensive player is going to be Obi Cooper first. Andrew, after you guys won 2 in a row, this was tough, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. It was very tough. We put in so much hard work. You know, we sweat out there. We're in the heat, rain, cold, any weather, you name it. But it's a terrible loss after working so hard and having so much expectations. You know, things didn't turn out the way we wanted it to be, but some of us tried our hardest, and we tried 110%. How
difficult is it to run a defense against this flex bone? You don't see that very often, do you?
No, sir. You know, usually every game we always have contain on the outside, but this game they beat us to it. We had mistakes more than we've ever had. And they found our weakness, and they played better than us tonight.
Well, all you can do now is regroup and get ready, because you guys, you got a big challenge next week going to Aledo, but where there's a big challenge, there's a big reward, right?
Yes, sir. There's always a reward for everything. And we're going to try and work hard this week. We're going to try and play, do the best we can, watch film, everything. We're going to try.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you. You too.
Visit with Obi Cooper, the man who does everything. He plays offense, defense, Wildcat formation. I tell you, the Wildcat formation, is that something y'all work on quite a bit? Because you ran it quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, we work on it quite a bit at practice.
Let me ask you, after winning 2 games in a row, you guys come up against Burleson Centennial. I thought they were a very good football team.
Yeah, they was a very good football team, but there was some stuff that we didn't work on, and like the formations they run and stuff, but I think we could do better.
11 turnovers in the football game, 7 of them by the Trojans. That won't get it done, will it?
No, it won't get it done. We got to work at practice on holding the ball and a lot more.
What is your favorite position to play? Because I know you play a lot of different ones.
I think my favorite position would be Wildcat formation when I'm running the ball.
You think you guys will run more of that as the year goes on?
Yes, sir. I think we will.
Well, it was tough tonight without Jeremiah in there, because he's your bell cow, isn't he?
Yeah, I hope he get better. We need him.
All right, good luck next week at Aledo.
All right, thank you.
I'll just bring Coach Rodney Smith in here and wrap her up. Coach Smith, you don't win many games with 7 turnovers.
Oh, no, sir. No, sir. Very good team. Offensively, they kind of did what they wanted to us. And, you know, our kids, you know, they never stopped playing. And that's what we'll take into next week. And, you know, the better team won tonight. And it showed on the board, and we couldn't stop them, and we couldn't move the ball. So back to the drawing boards for the Trojans.
How difficult is it to prepare for this flex bone, which is something you don't see very often.
And I tell you, it was hard. We tossed and turned all week on what to do, and just spent a lot of time on trying to take this guy out, that guy out, and again, you know, there we had some key stops, some big stops, and offense just couldn't do nothing with the ball. They got up real early, and man, I tell you, that offense is tough.
Yeah, it is tough, and they're going to win a lot of football games. What about when you don't have your bell cow, Jeremiah Stoop? It hurt a little bit, didn't it?
Well, I tell you, that shows you how much what he means to our offense. You know, I mean, I'm not predicting anything if he would have played tonight, but that just shows you what he means to our offense when we can't move the ball.
Tell you what, Obi Cooper came in there and ran that Wildcat several times and ran it pretty well.
I tell you now, we're gonna build on that, and hopefully Stroop will be back soon, and we're just gonna look forward to next week and trying to play a little bit better than what we did tonight.
Well, like I was telling them, next week's a big challenge against Toledo, but where there's a big challenge, there's a big reward.
Hey, number one team in the state, you know. Let's just go up and play and see where let's fight to the end.
Right, good luck to you next week.
Appreciate it, man.
You bet you. You bet you,
Thank
Rodney.
you, guys.
Bring Larkin in. Wrap her up.
All right. I know it was kind of a sloppy night to start, but it really didn't rain much during the game. We had 11 turnovers in this contest.
You think the wet ball had something to do with that?
I think some desperation passing had to do with that because we got number 21 Campbell with 3 interceptions for the guys tonight. So
he's a playmaker.
Absolutely. And this offense, as Rodney mentioned, that's a precision offense that Centennial runs.
You have to play perfect assignment football. I mean, that's all you can do. And sometimes when you can't prepare for it, especially with the inclement weather we've had, that's a tough situation.
Certainly is. Well, tonight it is the Centennial Spartans who continue their winning streak. It's now 5 in a row as they defeat the University of Trojans tonight by a score of 42-0. For our entire Waco ISD crew and for the coach Butch Henry, I'm Lark Smith. Good night from Waco ISD Stadium.